Rose here. Thanks for tuning in. I have a couple of questions, and I would like to know what you think. Let's say that a dad owns a business. He started this business when he was very young. He worked very hard and expanded it, turning it into a thriving business. Now, let's say that this father has children. Do you think he should expect his children to take over his business when they get older? What if some of his kids don't want to take it over? What if his business doesn't interest some of his kids? Maybe some of his children found other careers that they want for their life instead. But because some of his children don't want to take over the family business, this father gets really mad and he disowns those who choose not to follow in his steps. The father feels this is his children's birthright, what they were born into. He feels his business is the best for his children's future. But that's not how some of his kids feel. Do you think it's right of this father to expect his children to take over the family business even if they don't want to? Do you think it's right of him to disown them for this? What if the children that choose to follow their father and stay with his business also have nothing to do with their siblings that choose a different course? Does that sound right to you? Does that sound loving or even reasonable? So my other question is, because a child is born into a family of a certain religion, like a Mormon, a Catholic, a Seventh-day Adventist, and so on, should they be required to remain in that religion for the rest of their lives just because they were born into it? What if these children find that there are certain doctrines and teachings they found to be wrong, so choose not to remain a part of the religion they were raised in? Are they wrong in not remaining in that religion that they were brought up in? Should they be required to remain a part of that religion because that is their parents' religion, what they were born into? Do you think it's right that parents shun their children because they choose to not be a part of the religion they were brought up in? In the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society's 1985 book, Reasoning from the Scriptures, it gave the definition of religion. The definition was given, religion is a form of worship. It includes a system of religious attitudes, beliefs, and practices. These may be personal, or they may be advocated by an organization. Usually, religion involves belief in God or in a number of gods, or it treats humans, objects, desires, or forces as objects of worship. Much religion is based on human study of nature. There's also revealed religion. There is true religion and false. All religions teach that theirs is the true religion and the only way for eternal salvation or everlasting life. All religions feel that if one does not follow their teachings and beliefs, one's very life is at stake. Many in different religions feel that their children should automatically become a part of their belief system once they become of age. What does the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society say about this? The July 2009 Awake on page 28 had an article titled, Bible's Viewpoint. Is it wrong to change your religion? It gave the experience of Avatar. Her families were Sikhs. She said, in her homeland, changing your religion cut you off from your community. To change one's religion where she lived was viewed as rejecting your identity and disrespecting your family. The article told the reader that perhaps you identify with Avtar's family, that the reader may feel that their religion is inextricably linked with their family history and culture and should not be changed. But the article went on to say, although the Bible makes a clear distinction between true and false teachings, God allows each person the freedom to choose how he or she will respond. The article shows how no one should be forced to worship in a way that they find unacceptable, or make them feel like they have to choose between their beliefs and their family, like in Avtar's case. It asks the question, does the study of the Bible lead to family breakup? The answer it gives is no. Remember that. The article said no. The Watchtower Bible and Tract Society said it does not break up families. The article stated no one should be forced to worship in a way that they find unacceptable, or be made to choose between their beliefs and their family relationships. It stated that Jehovah wants us to search for truth and that it can't be wrong to act on evidence that we find, even if this means leaving one's religion. When one of Jehovah's Witnesses conducts a Bible study with somebody, and that person decides to come into the organization and leave their religion, all of Jehovah's Witnesses feel that that is okay. As one of Jehovah's Witnesses, they feel that their Bible student's family should accept them becoming witnesses. Witnesses feel their Bible students shouldn't be forced to worship in a way they find unacceptable when they want to become one of Jehovah's Witnesses, just because they were raised in a certain religion or way of life. But it doesn't go the other way around, does it? If you were born as one of Jehovah's Witnesses into a family of witnesses, when you become of age, you're expected to become one of Jehovah's Witnesses. If you choose not to become baptized as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, or you no longer want to be one of Jehovah's Witnesses because you find certain practices to be unacceptable, or you don't believe in the organization any longer, you are to be considered bad association. In fact, if you try to share any information that you have learned in your research and you continue to do so, if it is negative against the organization, you can and will be disfellowshipped for being divisive or apostate. The organization claimed in the Awake article that we went over, no one should be forced to worship in a way they find unacceptable or be made to choose between their beliefs and their family. The article clearly stated that it cannot be wrong to act on evidence that we find, even if this means changing our religion. Yet, is that really what the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society teach Jehovah's Witnesses to do? Is that what they actually practice?
Was the Christian congregation brought down by persecution in the 2nd and 3rd centuries? It wasn't. It was brought down by false brothers, apostate teachings. And so the devil can use an outright attack. He can use persecution to try to batter the structure of the Christian congregation. But sometimes he uses wrought from within. A subtle means to attack us. But whatever method he uses, we have to fight. Our faith is involved, and our faith is worth fighting for. It's a gift from Jehovah. We have to hold on to it. It's a product of His Holy Spirit, so we have to put up a hard fight for our faith.
A religion doesn't necessarily mean following an organization, as we read in the definition from the reasoning book earlier. Religion can just be a system of attitudes, beliefs, and practices. The question I raised at the beginning of this video was, if a child is born into a family of a certain religion, should they be required to remain in that religion for the rest of their life? The answer is, if you were born as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, you can't stop being one of Jehovah's Witnesses, can you? Even though you should be able to, according to the July 2009 Awake. It seems the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society have a very hypocritical viewpoint of someone leaving their religion to become one of Jehovah's Witnesses because of what they have learned through their study and research, and those leaving the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society because of what they have learned through their study and research. What do you think? Do you think it's right that a person should be able to leave the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society as one of Jehovah's Witnesses based on facts they have learned regarding the history of the Watchtower organization or its changing teachings? Just like all witnesses expect their Bible students to do with the religion they are in. As I've woken up from the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, this is something that has really bothered me. The shunning that is not only encouraged but expected if one of your loved ones decides to no longer be one of Jehovah's Witnesses. I've done a whole video on the history of disfellowshipping in the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. I'll link that in the description for you. Up until 1952, the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society condemned the Catholic Church for its excommunication practices, stating the scriptures that were used to back the practice of excommunication was unbiblical and actually went against what the Bible teaches. Yet, the scriptures that the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society use today to support their practice of excommunication or disfellowshipping are the exact ones the organization once condemned the Catholic Church for using to excommunicate. Why the hypocrisy and complete change of Bible teaching? The Catholic Church no longer practices excommunication, yet the organization uses it heavily if someone steps out of line or decides to no longer be one of Jehovah's Witnesses. They cut that person off from their family and entire social circle, claiming that direction comes from the Bible. Why does it scare the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society so much to have any of their followers talk to family members or friends who just don't believe in the organization anymore? Why do they disfellowship anyone for being divisive or apostate because that person talks to anybody regarding what they have found? What is the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society so afraid of that they now practice what they once condemned as unbiblical? Excommunication or disfellowshipping, as the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society call it today. What do you think? Do you think that a person should be able to decide if he or she wants to remain a witness? After watching the video, do you feel it's right to cut a person from their family and friends just because they don't believe in the organization any longer. Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. I really look forward to what you have to say. Well, hopefully this gives you something else to think about. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like. Algorithms actually helps make it go out to more people. And if you really like it, please subscribe so that you get notified of future videos. And as always, take care and thank you for watching.
Let them put their spiritual prostitution far away from me.